for your lunch, damas and here, and welcome to the 54th Annual Fleur du Cap Theatre Award Ceremony. And it is an absolute honor and pleasure to be back here again, especially because 2 weeks ago the role of hosts in ceremonies were rendered useless thanks to Kevin Hart and the Oscars. And dare I say, the Oscars are actually better for it, but alas, I'm here. And it's really lovely to have you in the house. And not only, of course, in the Best Actor category for his extraordinary performance in Oleana. I turned for inspiration to an 18th century poet. That's Alexander Pope, when he wrote, "At 12 you part, there all your honor lies." The nature of award ceremonies like this is that a panel of judges have to see 87 productions in 2018 and sit in a room in the second week of January in 2019 and decide who the nominees are going to be. They then sit in a room a week later to decide who the winners are going to be. And I take nothing away from the nominees and the award winners we'll be announcing this evening, because it is truly phenomenal performances, phenomenal writing, phenomenal directing, and theatre making that we're celebrating today. But it is important to honor all of the theatre makers, because whether it's a grand production of this fantastic Artscape opera stage or a small production at Duff Rental Office, it is the passion, the genius, the creativity, and sometimes very little money that we need to celebrate in making theatre possible in Cape Town. We are privileged in the city to be able to be exposed to as much theatre and as much talent as we do. So, to all of you here and all of you following us on the live stream who could not join us today, thank you for making 2018 an exceptional year. Please take out your mobiles and tablets or whatever else you're going to use. Make sure it's on silent or vibrate. Hashtag for this evening is FDC 2019. Tell all your friends who are not able to be here today, your colleagues who are traveling overseas, a number of our nominees are touring overseas currently and could not be with us. They can go to YouTube as we speak because we are live streaming this event. Now, Fleur du Cap and Distel have been associated with this award for more than 50 years. Their support has been unwavering over the years, even when they've gone through some interesting changes and challenges within the company. So please, a warm welcome to our host for this evening, Bridget Bergman, the Director of Corporate and Regulatory Affairs at Distel.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I believe the MEC from the Department of Cultural Affairs and Sports is here. The MEC Andrew Ray, welcome. Dr. Marlene Maroon, the CEO of Artscape, along with the Artscape Council and the executive team and staff, executives from the Theatre and Arts and Culture Festivals in the Western Cape and Gauteng, executives from universities and performing arts institutions. All protocol observed, and a very good evening to all of you. On behalf of Distel, it gives me pleasure to welcome you all to the 54th Fleur du Cap Theatre Awards. This is indeed a momentous occasion, and we are excited to celebrate this with you. Let me first take this opportunity to acknowledge the following individuals, without whose hard work tonight would not be possible. The event organizers for creating such an amazing show. They will continue to wow you post this opening event. The panel of judges for their sterling work in discovering theatre talent, and also our new panel of judges that have just been appointed. And of course, our VIP guests, the nominees, for their outstanding contribution to the South African performing arts, theatrical excellence and development. Tonight,
we are celebrating excellence in the performing arts. We are indeed showcasing South Africa's top performing arts talent, but we're also celebrating the vibrancy of our different cultures. Much has happened since 1965, when the first awards were held as the Three Leaf Awards. Some of you in the room were not born yet. We hadn't even landed on the moon yet, and cell phones definitely were not around. And here we are, more than 50 years later, in a South Africa that perhaps few could have imagined in 1965, but a South Africa many of us dreamed of. We wanted that South Africa to happen. So today, we are a new society with many shared realities, living in an environment in which everyone has the right to dream and to hope. But why the arts? Some people feel that there are more pressing needs to focus on than the arts, and they may be right. But I believe we need to embrace the power of and. We tend to think of or all the time. We should be focusing on the needs and the stark realities of our unequal society, but also on societal aspirations, dreams, hopes, and expectations. The arts have always given us an opportunity to connect with one another, to express our wishes, our fears, our love, to share our concerns, our hopes. The arts lets us live, it lets us dream, and it lets us be. The arts have also given us a safe space to bare our souls to one another, to transcend the boundaries and obstacles of our everyday lives, where we so often become stymied and stifled by difference of history, differences of experience, differences of language, race, and income, by differences of politics and power. The arts have given us the license to say and to be, unfettered by these differences, and to share and to acknowledge what connects us to each other as human beings. They are, after all, our record, our memory, and an expression of our common culture. To quote Mahatma Gandhi, a nation's culture resides in the hearts and souls of its people. That's why we as Distel have chosen to provide the space, the capacity, and the financial support to enable the arts to flourish. And over many years, we have come to realize that the contribution of the arts to the success of our business is pivotal. In particular, the role the arts can play as a catalyst for social transformation. Let's just for a moment imagine society without the influence of the arts. It would be bereft of a national conversation, a society bereft of identity, its essence and its culture. We would have stripped society of the arts, its moment in time to escape, to dream, to face our fears, to forgive, to love, to laugh, to cry, to be saddened, to embrace, and to remember. There is also a consensus emerging in the corporate world about why it is good to invest in the arts. Not everyone wants to do STEM and maths and science education. The consensus really starts with the inherent value of culture, and then it continues through all the social and educational benefits of the arts, and really ends with economic spin-offs. Without this appreciation, one can easily fall into Oscar Wilde's celebrated definition of a cynic, and I'm sure that you do not want to be looked upon as a cynic. That is, to know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Before I conclude, can I ask you that we all give a round of applause to the Fleur du Cap Theatre Awards chairperson, Melanie Burke. have to inform you that Melanie has asked to step down from her role. I know. Over the past 7 years, you will know, she's had an immense impact on transformation of the Fleur du Cap Awards specifically. Her passion and dedication will certainly leave an indelible mark in the arts fraternity. Fortunately, though, she will not be completely lost to the industry, as she will continue with her work with upcoming theatre talent. Melanie, thank you for everything you have done, for your partnership with Distel on this journey, and for your special touch, which really has ignited change within the arts. Your legacy, Melanie, will live on through the positive changes you have made to the Fleur du Cap Theatre Awards. We will miss you at Distel, and I know that the arts fraternity will miss you equally. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I trust that you will find tonight's performances exciting, enriching, and evocative, a celebration of our artistic culture as a nation. And I'd now like to call our chairperson, Melanie, onto the stage.
Wow. Can you guys see me shake in the front here? Okay, so can I just firstly say this was completely unexpected. I am not prepared for it, so let me do what all the nominees do when I ask them to prepare a 30-second speech. And they come up here and say, oh, I haven't prepared it, but I really haven't. So ladies and gentlemen, can I just say that thank you to Distel for the invitation to take care of a process that was so deeply meaningful to all of us in the theatre and to me personally. It's been an absolute privilege and an honor, and it's been 7 amazing years. And I really want to take this moment to appreciate and thank the panel of judges who have served under very joyous moments and very difficult moments in the last 7 years as we were transforming the space for all of us. I thank you very much to the panel of judges. You have served us incredibly well, and I cannot accept this honor on my own. I need to appreciate and thank you and acknowledge you for your contribution during this time. Thank you very much. I also would not have been able to dedicate so much of my time and my energy to this world that's so foreign to me if it wasn't for the amazing support of my family, and in particular my husband Peter, who is here with us this evening. Our children are here from the UK, and so my mom is here, my sister is here from Australia, so it's a really, really special moment for me. So before I embarrass myself and all of you and these eyelashes fall from my eyes, I'm going to say thank you very much. I would love to spend some time at the end of this evening just saying goodbye. And I am leaving because I'm going to be a PhD student, and I'm going to spend more time. I'm going to spend more time with my husband in Spain. Not a hard thing to do. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Melanie, and certainly on behalf of not only the current panel of judges, but previous panels, we'd like to thank you for your passion. 2018 is also a year where we had to say goodbye to people that we love and who are dear to us. And it's that time of the evening when we like that. Siyabakhumbula, siyababulela. On to the awards this evening. I have been accompanied by phenomenal actors and theatre makers who have been recipients of a number of awards on this very stage in the past. And the first person to help me along was part of really a seminal piece of work that not only picked up the Best Encore Award right here in 2016, but more importantly went on to conquer the world. Please welcome Sihle Mwazana. Good to see you. The nominees for the award for most promising student are Carla Daniels,
And the award for most promising student goes to Nancy.
Let me just say I'm so glad to be up here. Not only because this is the Artscape, but because I can't breathe in this dress. I just want to say a quick thank you to my family who've always supported me, my mother and my sister in particular. To my friends, y'all know who you are. Hallelujah. To all my lecturers who always pushed me harder and cared so much, and to the panelists for really seeing something in me in a huge ocean of so many magnificent performers. Thank you so much. It's truly an honor to be on the stage with such beasts and good-looking ones at that. Yes. Our lecturer, Chris Weir, once told us to make our manifestos, and I said it then and I will say it now. My mission is to unite, translate, imitate, and connect not only the experience of human beings, but of Black women. Now you see me. Thank you.
That's a wonderful way to start the awards. Congratulations to you, Nancy. At this point, the student panel, by the way, not only did they see 87 productions with the rest of us, they went on to see all the productions that were offered at the universities and colleges in the peninsula and surround. So a round of applause to them for the additional work. The second award for the evening is Best Theatre Production for Children and Young People, and the nominees are Alice in Wonderland, produced by Canal Walk, and Fleur and the Musikfabrik, Kipper and the Music Factory, produced by Marinda Engelbrecht and Margit Meyer-Riedenberg.
And the best theater production for children and young people goes to Fleur and the Musikfabrik, Kipper and the Music Factory.
Over the past 19 years, we've reached more than 400,000 of children. And I would like to believe that we've created a growing love for reading amongst these children, but that we have also created future audiences for all our theatres. With a well-balanced attitude towards life. Thank you very much for acknowledging our little effort for the theatre.
Kinders is ongeboks. Hulle is onbevange, hulle is onbevrees, hulle is onpretensieus. En hulle is ongelooflik flippend slim. En dit is onwerklik lekker om theater vir hulle te mag skep. So a great thanks to Artscape and Oxford University Press for all the years of co-production and support, and a huge thanks to every theatre co-worker who breathed life into Fleur du Cap.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, ladies, and keep on doing the fantastic work. The person to help me hand out the next few awards, also an ensemble member of The Fall, a theatre making with a future that is so bright it is blinding. Please welcome Amira Conrad.
I'm just so happy to be here.
Hello. Are you well, my darling?
I'm great.
Fantastic. Yeah. The nominees for Best New South African Script are for Swartgoed, Boke Sneeman. For Guinness, Chase Reese. For Dangled, Louis Viljoen. For Kudu, Luanda Sindapi. And for Womb of Fire, Rehani Abrams.
And the winner for Best New South African Script is Kudu by Luanda Sindapi.
Thank you very much. I didn't prepare anything, but just like a short story. So I think, so in 2007. So I used to fight with my teachers, like high school teachers. And especially my English teacher, you know, because I had my own, like, English, you know. So I would tell him that, no, this, you know, like Shakespeare, he would give us like a couple of lines from Shakespeare to analyze them, and I would tell him that, no, he didn't mean that, you know. So I used to fight with him, even with my closer teacher, you know. So, and then, like, I had, like, I got like a bad mark in English, and I was like, no, it doesn't matter because I have my own English, you know. And yes, because even like my classmates, you know, they respected me like so much, and then I started writing, like, you know, I started writing poems and plays, you know, and I still believe that I have my own English, and you know, and I'm standing here with my own English, you know. And just like, I would like to say thank you to Magnet Theatre, you know, that institution, I respect it so much, you know. Thank you very much, Jenny Resnick. She's sitting over there. You know, thank you very much to Prof. Mark Fleischmann. Thank you very much to Putman Tambotwe. Yabo. The kudus are sitting over there. My friends, my mother, Nontobeko Sindapi, she's sitting over there, somewhere there. You know, Nkosi kakhulu ndiyabulela. Makwanda apho ndithatha khona.
Congratulations and well done on your special English. The nominees for the Best New Director are, and of course these nominees are nominated for a body of work that they managed to direct in 2018. Gideon Lombard. Lesedi Job. Luanda Sindapi. Ondi Swa James. And Tineri van Wyk Loots.
And the winner for Best New Director is Luanda Sindapi.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make it short. Okay. I don't know what. Okay. Yeah. Yabulela kakhulu. So I don't have anything to say. I didn't prepare anything because, like, I know that I'm a very, very brilliant poet, but I didn't prepare anything. So so in 2016, right, Jenny? Yes, 2016, I was interviewed, by Jenny Resnick and Marky, and I think Mark, he was there. So they asked me, why do you want to come back to Magnet? Because I was there for 3 years, so they asked me, why do you want to come back? And I said that I want to direct a play, because when, working in the townships, you don't have enough time, and sometimes you're working with actors, young actors who are not trained, who come from economically, unstable backgrounds, and now you have to, work, with those obstacles. So I said to Jenny and Marky and Marcus that now I'm going to have an opportunity to work with trained actors, vocally, even physically, and I'm going to use this opportunity because I know that I'm a good director. People don't know. No, I'm not saying. That's what I said to them. That I believe, because some people didn't believe that I was a director, and I said that I'm going to use this opportunity to prove to myself, to make this career visible to myself and maybe direct a production. If I fail, theater. That's what I said. But fortunately, the play went well. Yeah, but thank you very much, Jenny. Again, Magnet Theatre, thank you. Okay, sure.
Bells and stables and schnitzels with noodles. These are a few of my favorite things. Those big white dresses with curtain sashes. Days on my nose and eyelashes. White ridges and necklaces. These are a few of my favorite things.
Like
You'll remember that, of course, from King Kong the musical, which did exceptionally well last year at the Fleur du Cap Theatre Awards. My next presenter, co-presenter, nominated herself for a Best Supporting Actress in a Musical for her turn in Antimo, the musical, and just returned from Johannesburg, and of course part of that incredible ensemble that picked up the Encore Award in 2016, The Fall. Please welcome Tankiso Mababolo. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm alive. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. The nominees for Best Performance in a Review, Cabaret, or One-Person Show are Daniel Mbilo Richards in Land Acts in various roles, Dorothy Ann Gould in The Year of Magical Thinking as Joan Didion, James Cairns in The Devil and Billy Markham in various roles, Rihani Abrams in Womb of Fire in various roles, and Rob van Vieren in Dangled as Propsiskin.
Woo. And the winner is Rihanna Abrams.
Thank you. My name is Rihanna. It's a neutral vowel.
Rihanna, I am so sorry. I do apologize.
It's okay. Thank you very, very much. Thank you to the story that is telling me, the story that told me yes, thank you to the story. Thank you to my motherline, to my mitochondrial DNA for bringing me this story, to my mother, Cass Abrams, my great-grandmothers, Hendrika and Catherine, to the Mother Tongue Project, to Sarah Matchett for having the foresight, hindsight, insight to make a container, a vessel to hold the work. And thank you for my teachers, to UCT, the phenomenal teachers. Thank you so much, UCT, for finally being the institution I wanted to be at all those years back. Thank you, Jay Pather, Mark Fleischman, Sarah Matchett, those trainers that have taught me and modeled my body and continue to model and train performers' bodies. Thank you for the craft to those people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rihanna. Thank you very much indeed. The nominees for the Best Performance by a Supporting Actor in a Musical or Music Theatre Show, they are Cameron Sear in Matilda the Musical as Bruce, Conroy Scott in Calling Us Home as Ivan, Daniel Mbilo Richards in West Side Story as Bernardo, Desmond Dube in King Kong as Pop, and CZ Njapa in Tsotsi the Musical as Boston.
And the winner is Mzizi Njapa.
Oh my God. This is so unbelievable. I know, right? I would really like to thank the FDC team for these awards because, like, as actors, we go through so much, we go through so many challenges, but to be recognized for our hard work is really amazing. Thank you guys so much. I would like to thank the Tsotsi company, the Tsotsi gang. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Prazwai. Thank you, MK. Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Neil, for being so patient with me. You know, because I came like 7-8 days after everyone started rehearsing, and I had to catch up coming from Madrid, coming to South Africa, and coming like to a completely different kind of show. Like, I had to really work hard, and I'm really, really happy that someone recognized my hard work. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Dangiso. The next co-presenter, we know him for his passion for theatre and anything creative. He opened probably one of the first theatres in townships, that's Makukanye out in Kailicha, and he was a recipient of the Innovation in Theatre Awards not too long ago. Please welcome Mandisi Sindo. Molanod. The nominees for Best Performance by a Supporting Actress in a Musical or Music Theatre Show are Bethany Dixon in Matilda the Musical as Miss Honey, Claire Taylor in Matilda the Musical as Mrs. Wormwood, Homotso Matsunyane in Tsotsi the Musical as Miriam, Nompumelelo Mayane in Matilda the Musical as Mrs. Phelps, and Tempisile Ndaka in Tsotsi the Musical as Adedola.
Okay. And the best performance by a supporting actress in a musical or a music theater show goes to Bethany Dixon! Yeah.
Bethany Dixon and the company of Matilda the Musical are traveling at the moment in the Far East doing wonderful things, and this is Bethany's mother.
Thank you. I need to make a speech. Good evening, everybody. I'm the mother. I'm not Bethany, I can assure you. So I have a message from Bethany in Singapore. This is very exciting. She says, "Mummy, please read this out if needed." So I am reading it out. It's hard to put my words and feelings down, but all the way from Singapore, I just want to say how honored I am to win this. What a special award for such a special production. 2 years ago at this event, I sat next to David Kramer, and I truly had a moment of wow. This is little me. Sitting here right next to me is David Kramer, the man I know and love so much, the David Kramer, the legend. I couldn't believe this was where my journey had led me. And now to winning this award, what an honor. I would like to thank Fleur du Cap and Estelle for this award and for the recognition over the years, as well as the acknowledgement of the wonderful women I was nominated alongside in this category, especially my Matilda sisters, Mpumi and Claire. I feel very grateful and thankful to be doing what I am doing, and I want to thank a few people for their support over the years. Our family, my husband Gary, my baby boy Rafi, and the rest of my precious family, Anton Leighton and Dwayne Alexander, for their never-ending support and friendship, Gareth Hewitt Williams, Paul Warwick Griffin at GWB, Reese Williams, Robin and Alan Williams, and a special thanks to Mr. Peter Turin for not only everything he has done for me, but for our industry. I can't quite believe I get to exist in this special world where we make magic every night. And thank you, Lord God, for the gift of music and that I get to share in it with all the phenomenal people in this room. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you very much, and congratulations to Bethany. The next award is for the best performance by an ensemble, and the nominees are...
Yeah, ne?
Can I read them out first? The cast of Baloog en Brommel, Moord en Ixiastraat. The cast of Gertrude Stein and a Companion. The cast of Guinness. The cast of Kudu. And the cast of Sainthood.
Okay. The best performance by an ensemble goes to the cast of Kudu. All the way at Delft, Baba.
Siyabulela.
Jesus! Umbona, umbona, umbona makhaya. Umbona, umbona, umbona makhaya. Bawo, sikosomandla. Sibulala umdali wezulu nomhlaba. Usonini nanini. We'd like to thank Magnet Theatre. Umama, we'd like to thank Jenny Resnick. That woman. We'd like to thank Utatu Mark. We would like to thank Ulwanda Sindapi. Ungwashu, Ulaukazi Sabulela. We thank you for trusting us with such beautiful work. Sabulela. We'd like to thank Baxter Theatre, Umama Ulara Food, Sabulela. We thank you for giving us the platform to showcase who we are. Now we are recognized. We are here. We are here. Thank you.
To help me with the next two awards, please welcome another ensemble member of that award-winning production, The Fall, Cleo. Come out, Bert.
Ow.
Hello. You are obviously well.
Yes, very much so.
The nominees for Best Performance by a Lead Actor in a Musical or Music Theatre Show are Alton Landru in Langaram as Eddie, Kevin Hack in West Side Story as Tony, Musanete Sakupwanya in Calling Us Home as Nelson, Nkolisi Zuluboy Majozi in Tsotsi the Musical as Tsotsi, and Ryan de Villiers in Matilda the Musical as Miss Trunchbull.
And the award goes to Ryan de Villiers.
And here to accept the award on behalf of Ryan de Villiers, please welcome Anton Leiting.
Hello. So Ryan is trunch bulling up a storm in Singapore, so he sends the following message. It's so weird writing something for something that might not be anything. But like I learned when auditioning for Matilda, it is so important to just do something about anything because something else might not come of it anyway. Excuse the Dr. Seuss inspired quote, that's what months of performing in a Roald Dahl inspired musical does for you. This musical really does ignite that often forgotten younger you that we as performers always speak about, and brings about a fearlessness and hopefulness that does us such favors. Speaking of being fearless, I want to be selfish quickly, and firstly thank myself for faking so much fearlessness. So much fearlessness when auditioning for this musical, because without that, I would still be struggling to just get auditions. But helping me fake all of that fearlessness were a number of people I must thank enormously. My friends and family, especially my parents, for supporting me even when they thought I went mad when I dropped out of my business degree to pursue acting. I love you all so much. David has been my anchor and elevator, and. To Christine Ware and Adele Strombeck, my vocal coaches who gave me the confidence to audition and introduced me to a whole new world of musical theatre I had no idea. To the producers, Peter Turin and GWB, as well as the Royal Shakespeare Company for fighting for me and having the faith in me to tackle this monster of a role. Thank you, Joe, Louis, Anton, Natalie, Gemma, Louisa, and Michael for your guidance and teachings. Special thanks to the most amazing cast and crew as well. I adore you all, and it's incredible to share a stage with such immensely talented people. And thank you, Fleur du Cap, for your recognition and celebration of all this unassuming South African talent. Lastly, just a reminder to everyone to just at least act fearless. It opens a whole world of magic and wonder, just like this incredible production. Thank you.
The best line from the musical, imagine a world without children. While she crosses her legs. The nominees for Best Performance by a Lead Actress in a Musical or Music Theatre Show are Carmen Pretorius in The Sound of Music as Maria Reiner, Kim Louie in Lang Arm as Dinah, the youngest nominee in the history of the Fleur du Cap Theatre Awards, Kitty Harris in Matilda the Musical as Matilda, Linnell Kennard in Calling Us Home as Grace, and Rashni Ferguson in Lang Arm as Angelina.
And the award goes to Carmen Pretorius.
Oh my goodness, oh my word. Gata patata. Oh, hello and good evening. Thank you so much. I did write something because I'm kind of ADD that way. And I was, I was wondering whether I should do this, but I'm going to do it. I can't walk in those shoes. And also to stand up here barefoot on the stage as I was playing Maria, but also in this sacred space with all of you incredible people, talent, magic. I'm shaking like a leaf. That is profound to me. I have a few people to thank, of course. Thank you to my dearest family and friends. Thank you to Peter Turin for believing in me and supporting me from my first day in this phenomenal industry. Thank you to everyone at PTP, Max Finbo, and everyone at David Egan Productions.
Thank you to my Sound of Music family. It's been a long journey. The first time I auditioned, I was terrible. I was shaking and I forgot all my lyrics to my song and it was just horrible. But I then played Liesel and here I am accepting this award for Maria. Thank you, Anton Dwayne. Thank you to Yanal Fasahi, my mother Abbas, my Liesel, Zoe Bevan, my dearest Bethany Dixon, who I share this journey with so closely. And thank you very much to my agent, Mary. Thank you to the Fleur du Cap Awards and to the Artscape. And of course, my dearest Keaton Ditchfield. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much. I am so honored.
Can we just acknowledge the incredible, incredible Dizu Blackies, recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award of the Department of Arts and Culture in the Western Cape. Those awards happening yesterday evening at a venue adjacent to us. And of course, the incredible dance project that are just delightful with their energy and just talent. Really, really well done. It's now time to honor innovation in theatre, and this incredible collective has been giving opportunities to young directors for many, many, many years, and one of its first recipients was Amy Jeffter. Amy.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present tonight's Fleur du Cap for Innovation in Theatre to an institution that has been a launchpad for the careers of so many young South African creatives, myself included. As the first recipient of the Emerging Theatre Directors Bursary, I didn't know exactly a decade ago this year that the journey that I began on that stage would lead me to national and international platforms. The doors opened by this space led me to the Royal Court, to Carnegie Hall, to the Lincoln Center for Performing Arts, to the Rijkstheater and others. And while all of those theaters have been instrumental to my development as a playwright, my first professional theatrical home will always be at the corner of Milton and Wesley Street in Observatory. This is a space where I was welcomed, where I was first taken seriously as a playwright, where I was offered sanctuary as an artist. It's a space that has allowed artists like me to take risks, imagine possibilities, and is run with unwavering passion. This space has served as a platform for adventurous work that breaks boundaries across disciplines and communities. I'm proud to present the 2019 Fleur du Cap Theatre Award for Innovation in Theatre to Caroline Calvin and Theatre Arts Admin Collective.
Gosh, 20 years ago in 1999, when I was trying to hold a small, loving and very inspiring little theatre company together, when the promise of developing and sustaining young independent theatre companies was a very short-lived dream, I had a flash of me owning a theatre serving coffee. Fast forward 10 years in 2009, I found myself pouring wine at the Methodist Church Hall after a performance of London Calling by a fabulous group of young people who had been out of varsity for a few years and were taking their show down to Grahamstown. And I suddenly went, oh my God, I'm pouring wine in a theatre that I don't necessarily own, but that I've created. So in a funny sort of a way, Theatre Arts Admin was born 10 years before it was even manifest. And in that respect, it has always been a place of holding dreams. And I marvel that the theatre community is completely generous in seeing a grotty little hall, which is oftentimes slovenly, in that the beginning was pretending to be a theatre with 2 park hands, white walls, and 100 split wooden school chairs. They have always been able to see beyond that and see it as a place where magic has been able to happen. And over the 10 years, it has grown into a beautiful little space that holds performances and processes beautifully. This journey could never have happened without numerous people. The board, the incredible board, who has stuck with me through thick and thin and who put up with all my idiosyncrasies. Frans Nguze, who came in as a 19-year-old and is the heart and soul of the space and who creates fantastic experience for artists when they come in. Thank you, Frans. Warren Turner, who makes thought manifest in the beautiful posters that you've always designed for us. My family in particular, my mother and children, for the multitude of ways in which you have supported me and allowed me to do what I have to do. My oldest did many years ago tell me that I needed to get a proper job as I had responsibilities. They still ask me, what is it exactly that you do? The Methodist Church, who has tolerated us and been supportive throughout, despite the nudity that seems to grace our stages more often than most. Eric Judd and Alan Story, most especially. Laura Foote and Paula Kingwell, who were the collective in the beginning, but in leaving allowed Theatre Arts Admin Collective to become what it is today, and who continue to support always. Gipka, now ICA, who supported the initial vision of the Theatre Arts Admin Collective, Emerging Theatre Directors Bursary, God, that's a mouthful, to become, who really supported the vision of it, and Distel, who allowed it to grow into what it has become today. Dex Goodman, who has voluntarily archived for us practically every single performance that has happened, and all the artists who use the space, and every single audience member who's endured being an audience member. Our facilities are not the greatest. Authentic would be a kind way of describing us. All the people who have given of their time most generously. Gordon Hershowitz, one of our most regular audience members and avid supporters, who in his tragic death has enabled us to continue our vision. And lastly, Google Docs. Without Google Docs, nothing probably would be able to happen. We look forward to another 10 years. Thank you very much. Thanks, FBC.
Congratulations, Theatre Arts Admin Collective, and your wonderful work there. Somebody who is a peer, a collaborator, and a longtime friend to honor our Lifetime Achievement recipient today, please welcome Mr. David Kramer.
Evening, everybody. Saul Radomski. Saul's fascination and lifelong love affair with all things theatrical starts in the mecca of entertainment known as Daar in the Great Karoo. This is in the 1940s when his parents, Abram and Toby Radomski, owned the Hotel Daar just across from the railway station. And one day when Saul is about 3 or 4, Boswell's circus comes shunting into the little town, and Saul is taken across to see the train, see what all this excitement is about, and he's startled by a man not much taller than himself. And this is the famous Tiki the Clown. And Tiki spots the little boy standing on the platform and shoves his garishly made-up face at Saul. And he's so close that Saul can smell the makeup and the mustiness of the circus costume. Saul screams and runs, but little does he know that this is just the beginning of a fascination with the whole world of make-believe. Tiki has changed Saul's life forever. At that moment, when the clown scares the living daylights out of him, Saul realizes, in the immortal words of that infamous train robber, David de Wet, that beyond the R lies something bigger. Okay, I had a much longer thing to say about Saul because Saul has a wonderful and illustrious history in the world of set design in theatre, and Saul. But I think it's going to take too long. And I just want to say that Saul, went off to London in 1965, and he trained there as a set designer, and he worked on London's West End with some illustrious people like Albert Finney and Vanessa Redgrave, and also he was introduced to his partner Oded Schwartz by Miriam Margalit. But I first met Saul in Cape Town in 1997 when he was investigating the possibilities of returning to South Africa. He wanted my opinion on whether he could find work here in South Africa, and I advised him that relocating to Cape Town would not be a good idea, as there was hardly enough work to go around. And I didn't think I would see him again, but But only a few months later, Cut and the Kings got invited to the Tricycle Theatre in Kilburn, and so we set off. And on arrival, when Nicholas Kent saw my rather flimsy set, he said, "This will never do. And there's only one man who can fix it for you." And the next day, who came walking through the door but Saul Radomski, who quickly applied his magic touch and saved the day for us. Our musical attracted the attention of London producers, and when we were offered the West End run, it was Saul who did the design at the Vaudeville Theatre. So what started out as a little production that we could pack into a Fender trailer and a Volksy bus in South Africa became a full-on, large-scale West End production, and with a set that required 2 Pantechnicon trailers when it toured. This was the beginning of our friendship and a fruitful partnership that has continued to this day. We've just completed the run of Langarm at the Fugard Theatre, where most of the musical was set in the fictional Canterbury Hotel. And whenever I looked at that evocative set, I was always reminded that Saul's early years in De Aar were spent in a hotel much like the one we saw on stage. I love working with Saul, and I love being in his company. He has a wicked sense of humor and can be outspoken at times. So I'm so glad that he bumped into Tiki the Clown on the station in De Aar, and I'm so glad that he didn't listen to my advice in 1997. And he's here with us today, and I'm thrilled that the Fleur du Cap panel is honoring him with a Lifetime Achievement Award. I must just read the citation. Saul, if you'll just stand here before we hand you your award. The award for Lifetime Achievement goes to Saul Radomski for his significant contribution to the arts and entertainment industry, both nationally and internationally, as a renowned set and costume designer. We applaud him for his insistence on accuracy and authenticity, arrived at through meticulous research, masterful attention to detail, and solid relationships forged over long hours in rehearsal rooms and workshops. We express our admiration for his unfailing eye for the perfect aesthetic required by each individual production, and his perseverance in recreating it on stage. We acknowledge and appreciate his mentorship of younger designers in order to maintain a high standard of technical expertise in the field of stage design. Saul Radomski, Mazel Tov.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, this is your award. They spelt it right as well. Can I put this down? I'm Jewish, I need to keep my hands. Yeah. I mean, when I got the message from Melanie a few weeks ago that I was going to get this incredible award, for once I was actually dumbstruck. I couldn't say anything, which is a bit unusual, so I was a bit worried about that. But after a while that I thought about it, I just thought, I mean, it's such a big thing, lifetime achievement. Lifetime, it's a long time. It's a much bigger word than the word lifetime. So I thought, well, what do I have to say? I mean, where does it all begin? And I thought, well, I'll begin at the beginning. I was once told by a very close friend, who unfortunately is not with us anymore, also a creative, he said, you start at the fucking beginning. Where else? Anyway, I won't go back to my birth, which I don't remember. Although I was hoping there'd be a few chandeliers and some red drapes as I came out. and did a rendition of Hello Mommy. But the first time I ever went to the theatre, my amazing mother, who was a single parent and believed in her children implicitly, she took me as a birthday treat to see Irving Berlin's Annie Get Your Gun, which was a touring production that came from overseas. This was in Johannesburg. And I was incredibly excited. Not that I knew what I was going to see, but there were three things that attracted me. One was that I was going to stay up later because it was an evening performance than I normally am at 7 years old, I must add. The other one was I'm going to be out with the grown-ups. And the third was that I could wear my clip-on tartan bow tie, which was really the deal. So we went down to the Coliseum Theatre in Joburg, which was a beautiful Art Deco building. And things started happening before the show even started. I was trying to recollect all these things, and some of them are still quite clear. In the theatre itself, there on either side of the proscenium arch were these little, like fairy tale castles and turrets and things, which were backlit with little illuminated windows and things. And I was fascinated, thinking, well, this is where the goblins live. This must be their village. And this was a wonderful image for me. But then I looked up, and there was a night sky. And it had lots and lots of little twinkling stars. And I thought the theatre didn't have a ceiling. But there was this night sky, and I think, where's David? I think that's where the obsession for the liggies came in, because just about every show we've done together, we've got to have liggies. But there I was believing, and then suddenly, we were sitting quite far at the back because my mum couldn't afford the posh seats. And the house lights started going down, and of course I didn't know what was happening. But then way down in the front there were these curtains, and these curtains started getting brighter and brighter. And I thought, what's behind these curtains? But in the meantime, all the lights went off in the Goblin Village. So I thought, yes, I'm allowed to stay up late, but they've gone to bed. This really, really made me feel superior. But now I'm watching these curtains, what's behind, and the anticipation is beginning to build. And suddenly, the overture starts, which is pretty stirring music. And for those of you who don't know, one of the great showstoppers from Annie Get Your Gun is almost an anthem in the theatre, which is there's no business like show business. So it started playing, and I've never heard a live orchestra before, and I could feel the vibration in my chest. It was fantastic, the way the sound came over. But there was this heightened anticipation. What's behind those bloody curtains? Anyway, the music went and came. Finished, thank goodness. Curtains open, and I was completely dumbfounded and confused, because all the time it had been nighttime, but it was daytime on the stage. And that bothered me. I thought, well, how is this possible? I mean, a 7-year-old is trying to process all this. Anyway, sitting in the center of the stage was this actress, and she had an enormous hat on, lots and lots of feathers. I remember these masses of feathers. And suddenly there was a single gunshot, which made me jump out of my skin. And one of the birds on her hat went flying into the wings. And I thought this was hysterically funny. And immediately I thought, that's one of the magics. I'm fascinated by this. But in the meantime, behind her were these beautiful houses, which I believed to be totally real houses. And there were people at upstairs windows, and they were singing and shaking things out the window. And I thought, that's where they live. Little did I realize it was probably poor old actors balancing on stepladders or on scaffolding. But what they were doing was they were creating an illusion, which I was buying into, but totally. I totally believed that. So I was a perfect member of audience at that particular point. There was also a scene on a train later on, and there was another confusion about the time of the day, because it started being sunset, and this train was a cutaway train, so we could see obviously what was inside, and it was moving, and yet it wasn't. And I couldn't work out how that happened. I totally believed it was moving, but it wasn't moving. Again, another illusion that fascinated me. Anyway, I was going on about these houses, and apparently I was driving my mother mad for days afterwards. And in our house, cardboard didn't last very long in its original format. Whether it was a shoebox or the back of a writing pad, I would be at it with the scissors and sticking things together, making shapes and little vistas through holes with snow seams with cotton wool and glitter, of course, glitter. Oh yes, got to have glitter. And in order to shut me up, she said, why don't you make one of these houses? And then you can put inside the house exactly what you think is in the houses on the stage. Well, I mean, at 7, my mother had mapped out my career for me because I've been making little houses ever since. Inside, outside, upside, downside. So that was quite extraordinary. When it came through my school years, and of course I was always passionate about art and stuff like that, my mother, being a typical Jewish mother, thought that I was the greatest find since Michelangelo, which was very, very embarrassing sometimes. And I once said to her, I said, you know, Ma, if I spat on a piece of paper, you would frame it. And she went, And I thought, I've given her another idea. Anyway, so there was a streaming at school, and you could either go the science route before matric or the art route. And of course, I took the art route. And we were having a discussion as to what I do when I grow up. What am I going to do? And she, in her wise, in her wisdom, said to me, she said, and this is where she was an atypical Jewish mother. She never asked me to be a brain surgeon or an accountant. She said, the choice is yours. I will back you whatever you do. I don't care how humble or how highfalutin, but I will back you. But I just want you to promise me one thing. You will try to be the best in what you choose to be. And even if you sweep the stage, I want you to be the best street sweeper on the block. So with that kind of support and that kind of backing, one can't go wrong. Anyway, leave school. I qualified as a fine art teacher before going to the UK, simply to get a fine art background, but and also have a qualification. And from day one, I did not get on with the painting tutor. He and I loathed each other. Anyway, after in the 4th and final year, he failed me in painting. Now, anybody would know that if you've done 4 years of fine art and you've proved yourself, you don't actually fail. There's a discrepancy in your mark, you don't fail. And I thought, you little cuckdrol. I mean, how cheap. It hit me in the stomach, but I wouldn't show him that. And I even shudder when I think about it. Anyway, I had a remark, and I appealed, and I got a fantastic mark, which must have made him the murin. Anyway, time came for us to say goodbye to the students and the staff, etc. The staff all knew that I wanted to go to England to do scenography. And this guy comes up to me and he says, Mr. Radomski, the closest you'll ever get to a stage is sweeping it. And that hit hard. And I thought, I will show you. And in a way, he was throwing out a challenge. He didn't realize it because he was too insensitive. But he was showing out a challenge. I always had in the back of my mind, I will show you. So, Mr. Cuckterall Tutor, wherever you are, I don't know if you are still around. As I say, I don't know if he's still around, whether he's there. But I just hope this evening gets through to him. Okay, children. I just want to tell you, Mr. Cuckterall, that I'm standing on the stage of the Opera House, receiving this fantastic award on a beautifully swept stage. And I don't even know where the fucking broom is. play music. Hello, Jose.
Bathetha ngegama lam, bahleli ngegama lam, bayathetha, bayathetha, bathetha ngobomi bam, bahleka ngentloni zam. Basintoni bahambela pha kude bothetha kude kuse basintoni ndimhle ndiyintombi enesidima ndihambela phezulu ndimhle ndiyintombi enesidima ndihambela phezulu ndimhle ndiyintombi enesidima ndihambela phezulu bathetha owakunceda ukhala abantu balo mhlaba bayathetha. Ndimhle ndiyintombi enesidima ndihambela phezulu ndimhle ndiyintombi enesidima ndihambela phezulu ndimhle ndiyintombi enesidima ndihambela phezulu bazintoni basintoni bahambela pha kude bothetha kude kuse bazintoni ngedukhala abantu balomhlaba bayathetha akunedukhala abantu balomhlaba Anyone from PE? Batshwaba phuma khona kumnandi bai Batshwaba vela khona kumnandi bai Batshwaba phuma khona kusisi phithi phithi kunyakazela abantu bezabe nyukilendi amemini yankulu nazo idabu zekhasi zele nababantu sibela dolobhini sisiza lokishini kumnandi bai Batshwaba vela khona kumnandi bai Batshwaba phuma khona kumnandi bai Batshwaba vela khona kumnandi bai Batshwaba phuma khona bezabe nyuka imendi bezaye dabu nekhasi sizele naba abantu bephuma elokishini kusisi phithi phithi kunyakazela abantu bezabe nyukilendi amemini yankulu nazo idabu zekhasi zele nabantu bezele dolobhini sisiza lokishini oh ba 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 pwi ba pwi ya ba 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 ah ba 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 re ba pwi ba be kusisi phithi phithi kunyakazela abantu bezabe nyukilendi amemini yankulu nazo idabu zekhasi zele nababantu sibele dolobhini kusiza lokishini ba 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 ah ba ba re ba pwi ba pwi ya ba 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 re ba pwi ba pwi ah ba 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 ba
Let's hear it one more time for the award-winning Nomfundo Kaluva, the incredibly talented Township Opera Company, and Jade from the Zip Zap Circus. We're going to award the technical awards for this evening, and to help me out, a recipient of not only one but two Innovation in Theatre Awards. The first time in 2009 as part of the incredible company, the Magna Theatre, and again in his own right in 2012 for the body of work it created, Mr. Mandla Mbotwe. And of course, Magnet Theatre awarded yesterday as well in the incredible Cultural Affairs Awards for the incredible contribution to drama. Congratulations to you, to Jenny, to Mark, and everybody else at Magnet. Well done. The nominees for the Best Lighting Design are Craig Leo and Sarah Matchett for Womb of Fire, Fahim Badin for Ruth First, 117 Days, Gareth Hewitt Williams for The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Hugh Vanstone for Matilda the Musical, and Guobus Rousseau for Guinness.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best lighting design goes to Gareth Williams.
Gareth Hewitt Williams is not with us today, and here to accept the award on his behalf, Dean Roberts.
Thank you so much. Our beloved Goose, funny, talented, kind Goose, is not here tonight. So he's asked if I can read the following. Thank you to the Fleur du Cap and Distill for this recognition. It's truly appreciated. Curious was very much a collaborative project, so thank you to the cast, the crew, and the creative team who helped bring much passion and creativity to work every day. A special mention to our director, Paul Warwick Griffin, whose vision brought everyone together to create something really special. Thank you to my lighting team, Chen DeWet, Progress Mpande, and Benjamin Mills for their technical wizardry in bringing the pictures in my head to life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next technical award is for Best Set Design, and the nominees are Chris Pienaar for Oliana, Gemma Khan and Kanya Falyun for Swerfgoed, Michael Mitchell and Neil Coppen for Tsotsi the Musical, Rob Howe for Matilda the Musical, and Saul Radomski for The Road to Mecca.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fleur du Cap Theatre Award for Best Set Design goes to Rob Howell.
Rob Howell not with us this evening, and to accept the award on his behalf, Anton Leiting.
Thank you on behalf of Rob Howell. Many congratulations to him. He's abroad in London at the moment. Thank you.
To help me with the next set of awards, please welcome the recipient of Innovation in Theatre for Theatre Sports in 2008, Megan Furness. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
How are you, my
I'm
sweetheart?
good. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. The nominee for Best Puppetry Design is Jenny Young for Baby in Tsotsi the Musical.
And you may have guessed that the winner is Jenny Young. Well, I did prepare a speech on the off chance. But puppetry is all about the life of the puppet, and no matter how well you make an object, it can't be unless you have amazing people bringing it to life. So I just want to make a special thanks to the people who did that Nkolisi Majozi, Momo Mutsonyane, and Tsinka Benya. Well done for your work with that baby. Also to Craig Leo and to Neil Coppin for the amazing work, to Craig for his amazing work as a puppet coach, and to Neil, of course, for directing Tsotsi, and to Cape Town Opera, without whom the show wouldn't have happened. Puppetry is all about life, as I was saying, life and puppetry are intermingled. You know, especially for me, just this evening I had to run out to the studio and grab a pair of stockings that were originally destined for puppet skin. And speaking of puppet skin, I really want to thank my co-puppet builder, Mandiseli Masetti, who's here tonight, for the amazing hours of work he puts into everything, and especially the Tsotsi baby. Puppets are not like actors. You know, with actors, you just don't have these kind of conversations. Kim Gunny, Johnny, the pea pipe has fallen out again. Johnny, Kim, but I put it in with sticks like shit. Nothing moves that stuff. Kim, but it's the second time. Oh, I don't know what's happening, Kim. You must just ask the cast. Kim comes back to me. Johnny, the cast were pulling the pipe out because it was annoying them. Yes, Kim, can you please ask them to leave it in? Because I'm getting tired of fixing the willy. So I also want to thank my amazing family, the amazing Luke Young, my husband, for taking care of me, and to my biggest fan, Tara, for always being there by my side. Thank you all.
Well done, Jenny. Thank you very much. Luckily, KPMG is not auditing our results today, so we could not have gotten that one wrong. The nominees for Best Costume Design are Andrea van der Kale and Sue Steele for Curse of the Starving Class, Berry LaRue for Endgame, Marcel Meyer for Sweet Bird of Youth, Nolutando Lobese Moropa for Tsotsi the Musical, and Rob Howe for Matilda the Musical.
And the winner for Best Costume Design is Andrea van der Kale and Sue Steele.
See this coming. Thank you to Sue for working together with me. I learned a lot from her. Thank you to the incredible cast for also teaching me a lot about theatre. Thank you to my family, brother, and my friends, Nikki and Cami especially, for reminding me of what I can do, my lecturers for teaching me everything I know. But my biggest thank you obviously has got to go to Sil. This is my debut professional production, and I just feel very honored to be a part of such an incredible team. So thank you, and thank you to the awards as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. To help me with the next award, the recipients of Innovation in Theatre from the HIP Khuluma Kahle in 2011, please welcome Ms. Nietling and her mother. Good evening.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
The nominees for Best Sound Design, Original Music Composition, and Original Score are Gertjie Beselsen for Bouwoog and Brommel Moord in Ixiastraat for Original Music, James Webb for The Demon Bride for Soundscape, Lukhanyiso Skosana for Womba Fire for Original Music Performance, Marcel Bezuidenhout for Tsotsi the Musical for Sound Design, and Simon Baker for Matilda the Musical for Sound Design.
And the Fleur du Cap Theatre Award for Best Sound Design, Original Music Composition, or original score goes to Lukanyeso Skosana.
Good evening. NdinguRhamasi, ndingubhoqwana, ndingumntungwa, ndingumsi wayibuya ngekhala. Ndizalwa ngumamzotho. Ndizalwa yindoda yakwaRhamasi, kwaSikhosana. I would first like to thank the Fleur du Cap group and people for this award. And then I would like to thank the Mother Tongue Project, my two mothers, Ruhana Abrahams and Sarah Matchett, for your guidance and your love, and for allowing me to tell the story with you. Thirdly, I'd like to tell my mother, Zoriswa Eunice Dindana Skosana from Port Elizabeth, Mama, Ngeyakho Lena, and my father as well. Hey, Dad. I would also like to thank my friends that have become my family, that have kept me going here in Cape Town. It's hard at UCT, guys, not cute. But you know what? We keep it going. This is for the queer bodies in South Africa. It's ours. We are human beings. Thank you. Thank you.
To help me with the next set of awards, please welcome the recipient of Innovation in Theatre in 2017 for Scribe Scriptwriting Competition, Paul Griffiths. Paul, do you need a drum roll or something? A piano tinkle, perhaps? Hello. Talk about a dramatic entrance.
Sorry, I was told there was a musical item, so I went to check the mirror one last time. Apologies for being late.
Not at all, not at all. The nominees for Best Performance in an Opera. You know what? You're right. It is absolutely my mistake. I'm sorry, guys. I did tell you the Oscars rendered us useless. So, Paul, as you were,
I'll be back.
How could I have denied you that, guys? I do apologize. Another round of applause, please, for the Township Opera Company. With that beautiful piece of music, It's to Him. And when you listen to voices like that, no wonder that opera voices from South Africa are gracing stages around the world. Thank you. To help me hand out the Best Performance in Opera Awards, please welcome back the recipient of Innovation in Theatre for Scribe Writing Competition in 2017, Paul Griffith.
Good evening. It's nice to be here for the first time.
The nominees for Best Performance in an Opera Female are Brittany Smith in Der Fledermaus as Adele,
Shall we swap
Best Performance in an
again?
Opera Male, Aubrey Lodewijk in Mandela Trilogy as Mandela 3.
None of this has been staged. None of this.
Bongani Kubeka and Don Pasquale as Don Pasquale. Lucanio Moyake in Mandela Trilogy as Justice. Lunga Halam in Don Pasquale as Ernesto. And Makudu Panyane Senawana in Maria Stuarda as Robert Lester.
And the Best Performance in an Opera Male award goes to Bongani Kubeka.
To be honest, okay, first of all, I would also just want to share that I've got my own English as well. So you're going to have to bear with me. Okay, I really didn't prepare anything, but I just want to thank the Fleur du Cap Awards for honoring me with this. It means a lot to me. I mean, as artists, it's not an easy journey, but I mean, if we get platforms where we get recognized and we are given support, it means a lot to many of us. So thank you for that. And I would like to, before I shout out to my whole family one by one, I'm joking. I won't take much of your time. I want to thank Nombulelo Yende for being supportive to me. That's my lady friend. That's my girlfriend. Yeah. And I want to thank my mom and my dad, for my whole family. They are very supportive. Even when I chose music, they never, took me otherwise, but they supported me and encouraged me to go for it. So, I mean, I have nothing else to say now, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. We're back on track now, Paul, I promise.
Back on track.
Nominees for the Best Performance in an Opera Female are Brittany Smith in Der Fledermaus as Adele, Brittany Smith in Don Pasquale as Norina, Yanal Fasahi in La Voix Humaine as Elle, Violina Angelov in Maria Stuarda as Ilisi Paeta, and Noluvuyi Sompofu in Maria Stuarda as Maria Stuarda.
And the award for Best Performance in an Opera Female goes to Janelle Fasahi.
Ms. Fasahi is performing in Europe as we speak, and she's asked our musical director for the evening, Jose Diaz, to say a few words on her behalf.
I'm up here, can you see me? Good evening, you wonderful audience. Janelle told me, you know, I'm going to write something because Melanie asked, but I cannot believe I will get this award because of the wonderful, wonderful ladies that have been nominated with me. So the first shout out is to the 3 other nominees. She really respects you a lot, and she was not expecting this, but I'm very happy for her. I had the pleasure to be involved in the production for which she's being nominated, and I am Janelle's biggest fan. So from my side, I love you, Janelle, and you deserve every bit of this recognition. I'm going to read the words that she sent. Thank you to the Fleur du Cap panel for this incredible recognition. To my fellow nominees, Brittany, Violina, and Vuvu, it is an immense honor to have been nominated in the same category as you. I am in awe of your talent. My biggest thanks is to Magdalene Menard, our director, and Jose Diaz, sweet, for dreaming up such amazing concepts as La Voix Man and trusting me with your vision. This award is as much theirs nonsense as it is mine. Also to Pluto Panosis for his visual installation that gave this production another unique layer. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Lifta.
Thank you. And to help me with the next set of awards, Bongile Vanzai is part of an incredible team of artists and creatives who every year, and have done so now for the last 9 years, have brought us Zabalaza Festival, where they go out not only to communities in Cape Town, but often in many other provinces, and bring the best of community theatre to the Baxter Theatre. It opened to great acclaim, I'm told, on Friday. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there. I was in Switzerland, which is why I messed up earlier, because I only got here at 10 o'clock this morning. I haven't slept. But the work they do is amazing, and please, if you have not done so already, go buy your tickets and go and support these incredible future artists at the Baxter Theatre all week until Saturday. Bongile Manzai. Molindot.
Hola, Africa fit.
Best performance by a supporting actor in a play. That's the envelope you've got, right? Ne?
Yeah.
Fantastic. The nominees are Anthony Coleman in Curse of the Starving Class as Taylor, Richard September in Swartgoed in various roles, Rob van Vieren in Curse of the Starving Class as Ellis and Slater, Roberto Pombo in Curse of the Starving Class as Wesley Tate, and Solly Philander in Endgame as Nag.
And the Fleur du Cap Theatre Award for Best Performance by a Supporting Actor in a Play goes to Richard September.
Wow, thanks guys. Wow. Yo, I'm still shaking because we just finished at Woordsfees a few days ago. And yeah, it was a really hectic show. It taught me a lot. It flipped my brain and fried it a few times. Thank you to everyone who at the Baxter came to come and see it. It's an Afrikaans show, and so it's not really often we get like good support. And thank you to all the festival audiences, the walkouts included. Thank you to NATI, Nationale Afrikaanse Tekstinitiatief. Thank you to Kunste Onbeperk. Thank you to the cast, Nicole, Annemart, Andrew, a legend to work with, Andrew Loopsje. And thank you to Tinnery for trusting us all. And thank you to my beautiful girlfriend, Lena, for coming all the way from Germany. Yo, you couldn't have come at a better time. Thank you, everyone.
The next award is for Best Performance by a Supporting Actress in a Play, and the nominees are Anne Juris in The Taming of the Shrew as Grumio, Antoinette Kellerman in Endgame as Now, Emily Child in The Road to Mecca as Elsa Barlow. Lesoko Siabe in The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night as Siobhan. And Nicole Holm in Swartgoed as Augusta.
And the Fleur du Cap goes to Nicole Holm.
Nicole is not able to be with us this evening. The director of the production, Tinari van Wyk-Loots, is...
Yes, thank you very much. I'm just going to accept on her behalf and read a little thing that she wrote. Thank you so much to Distel and the Fleur du Cap panel. Thank you also to Nati and Hugo Tiart at Kunste Onbeperk, without whom this production would not have happened. Dankie Bouke Snyman vir 'n waansinnige teks. Dankie ook aan Tinari wat met liefde en kreatiwiteit hierdie spesiale klas op koers gehou het. Swerfgoed was 'n absolute vreugde en herinnering aan hoekom ek so ontsettend lief is vir my werk. Thank you very, very much, everybody. Thank you.
Another round of applause, please, for Nomfundo Kaluva. All right, we're on to the business end of the awards ceremony. We'll get you back to that Fleur du Cap wine in a moment and some dessert. Bungile, come back, Ndoda, so that we can award your last category of the last four I've got. Nominees for the Best Performance by a Lead Actress in a Play are Annemart van der Merwe in Swerfgoed as Esther, Fiona Ramsey in Sweet Bird of Youth as Princess Cosmonopolis, Nicole Fontaine in Oleana as Carol, Bondiswa James in A Faint Patch of Light as the Lover, and Sandra Prinsloo in The Road to Mecca as Miss Helen.
And the Fleur du Cap Theatre Award for the Best Performance by a Lead Actress in a Play goes to Annemart van der Merwe.
Yes, I am slightly shocked. I'm really serious. I want to thank Tina Ree specifically because Nicole said something about her love for theatre, and it was for me a great joy with such a young, incredible energy that Tina Ree van Wyk Loots has got as an actor. In any case, that with all that passion that she took us with a very extraordinary dystopian play in the form motley bunch of actors that we are and pulled us together. But what she did is to remind me again of the thing what little Carmen did, taking her shoes out. And what Sol spoke about is on this floor, swept beautifully, it's only about us and our stories. And that, please, God, we'll continue with theatre and break through not for us. For us, we will hear the stories, but that we will let people outside hear our stories. Because we need to do the suffering and the joy to save, not to save those outside, you know, but to spare them and to give them language so that we can come together. And I think theatre can do that. Okay, thank you. And sorry, I just need to thank the Fleur du Caps. It's truly, truly a great honor. Yes, all the sponsors. Thank you.
To help with the next award, please welcome on stage the recipient of Innovation in Theatre in 2017 for Kunste Onbeperkt Textmarket. We cannot really value enough the work that these Textmark particularly does in order to uncover and unearth beautiful, beautiful words and stories for actors to sweat on the stage over. Hugo, please come and join me, good sir. The nominees for Best Performance by a Lead Actor in a Play are Alan Committee in Oleana as John, Andrew Buckland in Endgame as Ham, Kai Luke Brummer in The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime as Christopher Boone, Neil McCarthy in Curse of the Starving Class as Weston Tate, and Rob van Vieren in Endgame as Klob.
Best Performance by a Lead Actor in a Play goes to Andrew Buckland, Endgame.
My folk Marilis. Thank you to Distel and to the Fleur du Cap organization and to the judges, and specifically also to Melanie for the work that she's done and for her grace in allowing me to bring my granddaughters as my dates for tonight. And thank you to them for accompanying me. It's very difficult to speak about a performance that is so deeply attached to the other performers on the stage. So I don't know how the judges did that, but thank you very much to the Baxter Theatre and to Derek Lubner for bringing this dream to reality. To the other performers, to Antoinette Kilman, to Solly Philander, to Rob van Vuren, for the playtime together, for the genius of Sylvain Strike, bringing it to life. Patrick Curtis's set, which was a character on its own and that contributed so much. To Berry LaRue for the costumes, Manny Madam for the lighting, Marissa Steenkamp, stage management. I hope I haven't left anybody out. But really, this is a gift, especially for an actor who first read the script in 1978. And from that day, it was a great hope for me to play in this role. And at last I've had a chance. So I thank you deeply for the honor of this to acknowledge that work. But essentially, always, it is a collaborative work. And I am a person who has received considerable and extensive privilege in my life. And not the least of that has been sharing it with my life partner, with my children, Matthew, Luke, and Daniel, with their children. So I thank you to them and to all of you. Thank you.
To help me award the last two awards for the evening, please welcome on stage Jenny Resnick, Innovation in Theatre Award winner for Magnet Theatre in 2009 with Mantla Mbotwe and Mark Fleischman. And her and Fanuso, by the way, are returning to the Baxter Theatre in a beautiful, beautiful piece in a moment. Hello.
Hello, Africa.
Congratulations on the award yesterday.
Thank you very much.
The nominees for Best Director are Greg Cavellas for Oliana, Sarah Matchett for Womb of Fire, Sylvain Strike for Curse of the Starving Class, Sylvain Strike for Endgame, and Tineri van Wyk for Swartgoed.
And the award for Best Director goes to Sylvain Strike.
It's for Endgame, so that's the speech you need to have ready. Congratulations.
Thank you for this great honor to the Fleur du Cap Awards, and it's such a huge thing to receive this award from Jenny, who was my mentor at university and who's one of the main reasons I went to the Jacques Lecoq School, which changed my life. Sure, I did prepare something because I'm a useless speaker. That's why I'm directing now. Thank you to the Fleur du Cap Awards for this great honor. To my fellow nominees, I'm in excellent company. I had the very rare and thrilling privilege of having two very passionate affairs with two geniuses called Sam in 2018, Samuel Beckett and Sam Shepard. How do I recognize one and not the other when both these playwrights have had a transformative impact on my creative life? But now to Endgame. I have so much gratitude that I actually don't know where to start about this play that is about ending.
Derek Lubner, thank you for putting Beckett's masterpiece into my hands. Rob van Vuren, for turning to me with your beloved project. Derek, for investing your patronage into your love of Beckett. Lara Foote, thank you for co-producing and premiering this timeless classic in the beautiful Baxter Theatre. Thank you for your faith and your friendship, your mentorship and invaluable guidance during the endgame process. I haven't seen you tonight, so I don't know where you're sitting. To Patrick Curtis for creating an unparalleled universe in which Beckett's characters and words could bloom despite the death of nature beyond it. To Berry LaRue for costumes that held the nostalgia of all that once functioned and comforted, now shredded by despair, despotism, and dysfunction. And now to my cast, how not to speak of the four of you without weeping, which I'm really good at. Andrew, Rob, Antoinette, and Solly, Ham, Clove, Nag, and Nell. Your collective dedication to your craft is of a sacred and spiritual dimension. Thank you for trusting me, for tirelessly working towards perfecting every word uttered, and each gesture felt, and each pause loaded with meaning and precision. And lastly, thank you to Gen, who holds the fort when I am gone, and allowing me the privilege to tell stories. And to my children, Noah and Lucy, for understanding where Mama goes.
And for the final award for the evening, the Best Production for 2018, the nominees are the Baxter Theatre Centre and Derek Lubner for Endgame. Curse of the Starving Class, produced by the Baxter Theatre Centre and Stellenbosch University of Waterford. Kudu, produced by the Baxter Theatre Centre and Magnet Theatre. Matilda, the musical, produced by Peter Turin Productions and GWB Entertainment. And Womb of Fire, produced by the Mother Tongue Project.
And the Fleur du Cap Theatre Award for Best Production goes to Endgame.
Best Production for 2018, Endgame.
Derek is saying that I should speak, but really, thanks so much to Derek for coming on board and getting behind this production. Thanks to Rob for inspiring us all to do the production. Of course, to Sylvain and the wonderful, wonderful cast, Tara Nordcat for all your help, Baxter Theatre, all the staff, thank you so much. And what a wonderful night this is. It feels like we've arrived. Feels like Cape Town's arrived. It's amazing. Thanks to Melanie and the whole team. And Derek, thank you, Derek.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to start by saying knock, knock.
Who's there?
Excited. Me. I wasn't going to do that. I thought I'd do it. No, just quickly, I know you all need the loo and you need a drink. Firstly, thank you to my posse up there who've come and supported me, and some down here. To the Baxter, it's a most unbelievable process. I didn't know what to do, frankly. Laura held my hand and then passed me over to Sylvain. The cast are unbelievable people, but also the back people in the Baxter. Does that make sense? Fahim and Jeremy and everybody at the Baxter. They are world-class, first-class people and unbelievable. And I'm so excited to be involved and I will be involved much more. Thank you very much.
And with that, we've come to the end of the 54th Fleur du Cap Theatre Awards. Thank you to each and every one of you for making 2018 such a memorable year for theatre. Thank you to Mbogeni Mtali, Jose Diaz, and your wonderful band, and all the artists who've been on stage today. Thank you to the panel of judges, and we will see you at the theatre in 2019. Please join us at the Chandelier Foyer for some wonderful wine and fantastic desserts. Good night, everybody. The Township Opera Company. Smonello Dance Project. The delightful Namvula Kaluva. Jose Diaz, our musical director, and the fantastic band he's put together. The award-winning Jizu Plai Keys. Thank you, everyone.